I read this book before in college, and at the time, I thought he was dropping knowledge. I thought he was, giving me all the details I needed for relationships. But now being married 10 years and like going through the process of getting to know somebody, like this kind of stuff is trash.
Trash.
Absolutely trash. I also read this book in college. I said I didn't want to get a basket, but I ended up getting a handful of stuff. So they had some good romance selections, but this one has been on my list for a
That's at
while.
the house.
This one?
That's at the house.
Where is it?
Yeah, I got that one. You could buy it.
You bought it?
Yeah.
Why did you buy it?
Because it looked cool, if I'm not mistaken.
You sure you bought this?
I'm pretty certain I got this one.
Did you get the second one? Okay.
You can still get it because this is in better condition than the one I bought, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But I'm fairly certain I bought that book.
Okay. So yeah, those are going to get read as a series. I need to read more of my physical TBR. I always just pick up Toni Morrison, even if I have like it already. This is for when they really start banning books and we can't find them. So yeah, just some authors that I already knew.
What did you find?
Oh crap. Shanora Williams, The Wife Before.
Are there any romance books you read about men?
They all have men in them.
By men.
I am responding to what my husband asked me when we were in the car, and he said, "Do I read any romance books written by men?" Y'all, I thought he said, do you read any romance books with men in them? I was like, yeah, I read romance books with men. They all have men in them. So just silly. Anyway, I realized that I have not read a lot of books or romance books written by men. I do read other, genres of books. Of course, he has a bias. He thinks, all I read is romance. Even though I am heavily a romance reader, whether it be dark romance, urban fiction romance, historical fiction, historical romance, all the romance genres, I am pretty much into. So I have taken that as a challenge for myself to find male romance authors. I do believe I saw in one channel someone recommend or say that Jaquavis Coleman, forgive me if I'm saying that name incorrectly, but that he is a male romance author alongside Ashley Antoinette. And I do love Ashley Antoinette. I'm actually finishing an audiobook right now. I believe it's Lux by Ashley Antoinette. And yeah, I'm just gonna say if that is a book that you're thinking about reading, if you're not heavily into urban like drug tropes and all of that stuff, then you may want to skip that one. Um, I I think for my November TBRs, I am going to um, try to throw some male romance authors in the mix. This month for my TBRs, I only had 5 books, and that is because I wanted to be very reasonable with myself because I'm such a mood reader. I did not set a long list of TBRs. I actually did not get through so many books this month. I think I was at 7 books, and not this month. We're in November as I am recording this and posting this video of my October recap. But I did get through majority of my TBR. So um, there was Love You to Death by Christina Dodson. I did enjoy that book. It was a little tense. I actually started using Storygraph, so I now have moods associated with the reads based on other reviewers' um, thoughts on what those kind of moods are associated with the books. And so tense and emotional were the majority of the books I read this month. So there was that Love You to Death by Christina Dodson. You Hide, I'll Seek by ML Bash, which I did not know what I was getting into. That one is the spiciest of spicy if you're, if you're looking for it, at least in my opinion. But if you know spicier, hey, leave them in the comments because I'm not averse to spicy reads. Um, on that note, what was the other one? It was really spicy, y'all. Let me give me 1 second. So there was also Go series by the Tasha Marie. Y'all, that one was trippy. It was actually she was a new to me author. So was ML Bash this month. Um, and both of those were, you know, on the theme of Halloween. I just kind of wanted to pull some from my TBR, which I think that one was on my TBR since last year. So because I missed kind of, the mood of Halloween when I was getting that recommendation from BookTube and Bookstagram. So I read them this year around this time. And yeah, I probably should start reading some of the synopsis, but I think I really enjoy the surprise of books when I just kind of start reading based on, it being available or being one of the things I set out to read. Another one, Blood Slaves, I actually started that one the 1st of October. So that's kind of what kicked things off for me. Again, things that are, and what you'll kind of see if, it continues in my reading journey is that I'm such a mood reader. So, especially around elements of um, history and enslavement and things like that, I really have to be in a certain space to kind of receive whatever it is that may be, even if it's fiction, it is just one of those topics where I really have to be in a certain mood to get into. So I almost DNF'd this one. Um, and then I talked to my friend and she was just like, oh, it gets better. And it did get better because she recommended it. So I'm usually taking most of my recommendations from BookTube or Bookstagram, but this was one that one of my friends recommended. And I'm just like, girl, BookTube knows me a little bit better than you do. Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. But in terms of books, we just probably have a little bit different taste. But I enjoyed it in the end. Um, Once I kind of got into the space for it again, I do not usually read synopsis, so I didn't read the synopsis for Blood Slaves either, which is probably why it was a little tough for me to get into at first. One that was on my TBR that I did not finish, and because I'm still, I think, awaiting it to come out, I haven't seen the notice that it's been published. But in The Heart of a Goon by Jacquel J. Um, I enjoyed her Capadonna series, Capri, Kasim, you know, all of the Kasim, sorry, I'm saying Kasim. Um, all of the characters that are kind of in that universe. And yeah, those are some spicy reads. They're also, uh, very urban elements. And so, yeah, I enjoy those. I'm not gonna lie. I I enjoy those reads for enjoyment. But again, I do venture out to different things. So sometimes you'll see, little things sprinkled in here and there. Next month, again, you'll see some male romance author. If it's just only one, if I DNF, it is what it is. But I am really, wanting to be intentional about just exploring what's out there. I don't really um, offer critique for books. I really am just reading for pleasure. I read books with typos. I don't care. My brain sort of fills it in. Different lingo and all of that really, I love it and I enjoy it and I can see where authors are in their journey and I can honor that, for whatever it is. um, Being that I am on my own journey as a writer in a sorts, writing my dissertation project and seeing just the different phases of what it means to develop in that way. So, it's given me a certain type of empathy for authors. It's given me a certain type of um, just, appreciation for the courage that it takes to publish something, because I did not realize how tough it would be to just show someone else my words. That has been a struggle for me as a PhD student, is showing someone else my words. And I've gone through this, in different phases of my academic career. Of course, I had to write for my master's program. I had to write for undergrad, and of course, just in school. But this feels a little bit different. It's a much bigger project, and so, yeah, I think that gives me a certain type of perspective on seeing people's writings and all of that in a very empathetic way. So I do not really offer huge critiques for books. This channel may be more so book reactions. So if you're looking for reviews that are highly critical, or that kind of explore books in that way, then this isn't that. So I say that in all the spaces. You'll see that on my book reads. Most of the reviews I give are 4 to 5 stars, because yeah, this isn't that. 5 stars is, it broke me and it put me back together, and it broke me again that I'll go back to be put back together. Because again, I really do don't indulge in a lot of emotional reads. It is a way for me to process. It is a way for me to kind of immerse myself, and to be in another world. I have gone through different journeys, and one thing I learned about myself is my level of empathy, and way of processing a lot of times is through other people's journeys, and by being witness to. So yeah, I'm enjoying this reading journey that I'm on, and I appreciate whoever may be watching this video to share and delight in that with me. If you don't choose to go any further, that is okay too. Um, but yeah, thanks for joining. Or if you made it this far, thank you for watching my first official upload to this channel, and for being here with me. So I look forward to whatever this space may bring. Y'all tell me what you want to see, what you might want to hear. Again, I do plan to share bookish things, lifestyle things, just whatever this may grow into. I'm open to that, and I'm open to what um, what we can build together, because I know that this is about community. Yeah, and yeah, if you again want to leave things in the comments, if you want to um, send me an email, or send ideas, you can do that too. I'll leave my information down below, along with some links to the things that I have gotten this month. Although again, I am all for thrifting, so I'm not telling people to go out and buy all of these things and all of that, and you don't have to be like up to date on the latest read. I just, unless that's your thing, that's okay. Um, but for me, watch your pockets, and, be conscious, especially now in this climate, it's, we're not even going to go there. We're not going there today. Not today. I'll be up all night filming this for y'all. So